Okay, good morning dear students. Greetings of the day. So we have already started our revision. Okay. So in this offline video, my dear students, without wasting our time, in according to your syllabus, according to your paper pattern, first we are going to revise from the 3 marks question answer from chapter number 2, chapter number 4, chapter number 9 and chapter number 14. Without wasting time, our first question from 3 marks. First question is explain primitive man as hunter and gatherers. So I am going to write down, revise some important main topics of this question. So why? The primitive man used to get food from hunting. Okay? From hunting. Used to get food. Question 1 used to get food from hunting. From hunting. Animals like deer, animals like deer, sheep, goat, etc. They are approaching in the forest, in the deep forest. So, and collecting roots and fruits. Roots and collecting roots and fruits. Okay. So they had to face the wild animals to get their food. In every deep forest, they have to face the wild animals, this kind of animals for their food, and also they are using some vegetables, some roots, some fruits from the wild forest. So first of all, the hunter and gatherers in search of food, the primitive man, the early human being, had wandered from one place to another in search of food. Okay, there were several animals that ran faster, so they could not catch them, and that is why animals like deer, sheep, goat, etc. could be easily approached, could be easily find there. So moreover, water is necessary, water resources, water and the resources, and that is why water resources, they find a place with water resources. So thus the primitive man lived a nomadic life, and that is why they known as the hunter and gatherers. They are hunting the animals like deer, sheep, goats, and gathering the different roots, different vegetables as their food. Okay, so in search of food, water, and habitation, they wander from one place to another. Second question is, give reason primitive man lived in caves. Why the early human being lived in caves? So the reason are that in the earlier time, primitive man lived a nomadic life that we have discussed. They were the hunter and the gatherers. And okay, first only topic I am going to write explanation. Hunter and the gatherers. Hunter and gatherers. That is why in search of food they wander from one place to another place, and that's why they used to find place where they found animals like deer, sheep, goats, where they easily find, and also some water resources, and that's why they stayed in good and large places. They stayed in good and large places. So where stones, woods and water were found. Stones, wood and water they can found very easily. Here they lived in natural caves, and that's why they started to live in the natural caves to protect, one reason, to protect themselves from the weather situation, weather condition, whether it is in summer, autumn, winter, or in rainy season. Okay, those caves, those natural caves also help him to protect themselves from the wild animals as well as from the different weather situation, to warm themselves. Okay, then that's why the early primitive man, the early human being, lived in natural caves. Third question: how did primitive man use the animals? Third question. So as we know that they lived in caves, they are known as the hunter and gatherers. As we have discussed, they hunted animals like sheep, goat, deer. Also they approached to the wild animals like this, and also found the places where they can easily get water resources, and that is why they use animals. So they use their skin to cover their body. They hunted animals, and afterwards they hunted animals, the raw meat they use for their food, and also they use their skin for cover their body, dear students. So they made friends with animals, and the dog became the first companion of the human being. Dog, first companion, became the first companion. And afterwards, after when the time passed, after some times, they made some animals as their pet. After some times, they made some animals as their pet. So now, as a result, man, human being, and the animals are started living together. And afterwards, they started the pastoral activities through the help of these animals. So they domesticated animals like cow, sheep, goat, horse, dog, buffalo, camel, okay, etc. Lots of domesticated animals. They started domesticated. They also helped them, the early primitive man, to live their life in a better way. So this station that we have discussed, few points, but in your examination you have to write down in full sentence. I am just revising the main important topics. Okay, but in examination you have to write down the whole question and answer in perfect sentences. Now chapter number 4. Okay, chapter number 4 is early stage of political system in India. So from them we are going to discuss. The first question is, first describe the social life of the republics. Social life, we have already finished this chapter. Last we have finished this chapter in our live classes, as you know that. So once again, the social life of the republics, question number 4. What are the important topics? First, they live social life. Okay, they live in very simple houses. Lived in simple houses. Afterwards, they used to do animal husbandry. Husbandry means they domesticated animals. Their cattle rearing, the activity of cattle rearing. Okay, the people grew many crops like wheat, barley, sesame, mustard. Okay, sugarcane. The more often they used to clay vessels, and also painted with grey color. Okay, important topics. So afterwards the king built strong forts. That we are going to discuss later. Last question. Okay, and afterwards about the taxation system, about the different tax. Okay, so farmers, artisans, merchants. First, that one is farmers. Farmers, artisans, merchants, and then merchants and cattle rearers. Cattle rearers have to pay different taxes. Have to pay different taxes to the government. Okay, and last one is the seedling that we are talking. So instead of seedlings, they have started planting the different small plants. Instead of seedlings, they have started grow the different small plants. Small plants. And in the comparison to the earlier, the small plants, they are getting more benefit. So that's why instead of seedling, they started planting the small plants. Okay, and the benefit was increased. Okay, next question is, write a short word. Republic state governance. Republic state governance. The first topic is was governed by the republic state governance. Governed by Sabha. It is also known as assembly. It is also known as the Sabha. Okay, elders and youth members of the Sabha enjoyed all the powers. They were like the kings. Why? Because they enjoyed all the powers, all the responsibilities, and that is why they enjoyed all powers. The member. Okay, but who were the members in this Sabha? So especially the elders and the youth. Elders and the youth. Each member was considered as a king, and every member enjoyed all the membership till a fixed period. A place of Sabha was known as sanctum. Very important. The place of Sabha. Place of Sabha, known as very important, one mark question, known as sanctum. The place of Sabha, where they take different decisions to for their particular governance, particular government. So republic state, the presidential election for state administrators were done through the election. Presidential election done through the election. So the period of this membership is fixed for 5 years or more years. Membership. Okay. An executive commission assisted the president of republic in state administration. So the decisions were taken unanimously. Okay, discussing many important topics issues. Issues also. So in the assembly in the republic state. So these are just the main topics that I am revising. We have already finished. We have already completed in the live classes. Okay. The third one is, why did the rulers of Mahajanpadas build strong forts? Why? So the answer is, as you know that the monarchy state of republic, the monarchy system in the republic became ambitious to establish empire by increasing their powers on their surrounding territories. Because of the power, they want to establish their power in the surrounding territories. Surrounding territories, and that's why in these circumstances the rulers of Mahajanpadas built strong forts and high forts, strong and high forts with the help of stone and bricks, with the help of stone and bricks. So it shows that it's around the capital of the defense of the state and had huge armies. They had huge armies to protect the capital of that state in the Mahajanpadas, in the republic governance. So, moreover, some of the king built large, tall, high, magnificent wall and forts. So their kingdoms show their power and their prosperity. So it is the symbolism that forts, high, big, huge, strong, okay, marvelous and magnificent strong walls indicates that symbolize the power and the prosperity of that particular king. Power and prosperity of their king. So it shows and main reason to protect their state from the enemy, from the opponent. So these are the questions that we have discussed. Now we are going to move chapter number 9, the earth our habitat. The earth our habitat, which are the main question that we are going to discuss, and very easy. It is very interesting. Okay, first question is give information about the earth. Give information about the earth. So that we are going to discuss earth. There are lots of different categories and characteristics that we are living in the earth. So some of the main topics that I am going to explain, we are going to revise in this lecture. So earth is one of the 8 planets of the solar system. Earth, okay, is one among the family of the solar system. 8, okay. So it is 13 lakh times smaller than the sun. 13 lakh times smaller than the sun. So in comparison of the sun, it is 13 lakhs smaller than the sun. So, and about 15 crore kilometers away from it. And the distance between sun and earth is about 15 crore kilometers. 15 crore kilometers. So earth is the only planet in the solar system that has life. It is the only planet where you will find the animal, human being, everything different, air, okay, everything you will find. That's why it is the only planet of the universe that has life. That's why. So earth is situated between the planets Venus and Mars. The location, okay, between Venus and Mars. Between Venus and Mars, in between the earth is there. So it is not completely round, it is shaped like an orange. The shape of the earth planet, it is not complete the circle, okay, it is the shape like an orange. In question mark in MCQ or in 1 mark objective, the shape question would be there. What is the shape of the earth? What is the shape of the planet Earth? So your answer should be from the both poles, from the north pole and from the south pole. The earth moves on its axis as well as around the sun. So they have the two main motion. First one is rotation and second one is the revolution. That earth moves on its own imaginary axis. It is called rotation, and the sun also revolves around the sun. So they have, earth has two movements, two motion, rotation and the revolution. It completes one rotation. It completes on its own. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation and takes 365 days to complete one revolution. That you have already discussed. Okay, so due to the daily motion of the earth, day and night occurs, and due to the revolution of the earth, season changes. Okay, and that is why the period of these days is called a year. It is called a year. Atmosphere extends around the earth up to an altitude of 800 kilometers. 800 kilometers altitude. Okay. So different gases on there, life-saving gases are found here, and the moon is the only satellite. Moon is the only satellite of the earth. So it is the nearest celestial body from the earth. Which is the nearest body of the earth? Your answer should be the moon. It is one of the celestial body. Next question. Give information about the sun. Very most important question. Once again. Okay. The sun is self-illuminated star of the Milky Way. Sun. Self-illuminated star of the Milky Way or the galaxy. Mandakini galaxy. Galaxy. Okay, Mandakini galaxy. So it is vast luminous spheres of intense heat in volume. It is about 13 lakh times larger than the earth. So gravitational force is about 28 times more than of the earth. The gravitational force is 28 times more. Gravitational force and 30 lakhs times larger than the earth. Okay. So sun rays take only 8¼ minutes to reach the earth. Okay, 8¼ minutes to reach on the earth. So the solar atmosphere is composed of hydrogen gas. So due to the very high temperature, hydrogen is converted into helium, which is generate heat and light. We are getting, and that is why heat and light is generated due to the helium gases. So it is called the urja, the solar energy. The solar energy reaches earth in the form of sun rays, and this energy, it is reached on the earth in the form of sun rays. And so the entire living world thrives only due to the solar energy. Just imagine what would be the situation if we didn't have this kind of solar energy. No life. We are totally depending on this heat, light and the solar energy. We are getting light day and night. Okay, due to the light the day occurs. So that is why the sun is also known as the guardian of living organism, and that is why sun is known as the guardian of the living, guardian of solar system. Okay, write a short note on solar system that we are going to discuss. Solar system of the universe. Solar system. Solar system. Question number 9. Write a short note on solar system. Okay. So that we are going to discuss now. Solar system. As we have discussed, solar system is the collective name of the sun. It is the collective names of the sun, planets. Collective system of sun, planets, satellites, then asteroid, comets, etc. Okay. Second point is there are 8 planets in the solar system. 8 planets in the solar system, and they are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Pluto we are not going to include because of this Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn can be seen by the naked eyes with our own eyes. Okay, the Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Mars, Venus and Saturn can be seen with our naked eyes, and so in a powerful telescope. So all these planets revolves around the sun in the elliptical orbit, while Uranus and Neptune, Uranus it is very far from the Earth, so that's why with the help of the high resolution telescope we can see the planets like Uranus, Neptune. Okay, so like the Earth, every planets have the elliptical orbit. The shape of the orbit is elliptical. So they revolve around the sun. All are revolves around the sun. So all satellites of the solar system revolves around the planets. The Earth has one satellite, Moon, while Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Mars have 2 or more satellites. We have total 8 planets, and only the Earth has only one satellite, and it is known as Moon, celestial body. Very nearest celestial body is Moon from the Earth, and as well as the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Mars have more than 2 satellites, as well as while Mercury and Venus do not have any satellites. Mercury and Venus. So many small asteroids are found in between Mars and Jupiter. So that we have already discussed. So these are the main topics that I have included in question number 9 by the short note on solar system. Now we are going to move chapter number next 14, unity in diversity. Okay, which are the main questions that I have already written over here. First question, explain unity in diversity is seen among the people that we are going to discuss now. Okay. Chapter number 14, unity in diversity. Okay, first question. Explain unity and diversity is seen among the people. Why? The India has diversities like that it is known as the subcontinent. So in India, many people follow different religions. So we have different religion, mentality, ideology, custom, rituals, food, habits, culture, houses, residences, okay, language, dialects. So there are lots of things in our one country, and this diversity is our strength. This is the strength of our country. Yet we are very different from our religion, customs, rituals, mentality, ideology, custom, religion, language, dialects, religion in terms of food habits, languages. Okay, but however, emotionally, unity is prevails among these countrymen. Emotionally, we are one. Together, we are one. Okay, so emotional unity is seen. Emotional unity is there, present in everywhere. Wherever you are going, in the any part of our country, they will help you, they will support you, they will guide you. Okay, so this is our strength. During the freedom movement of our countrymen displayed national unity possible through feeling of patriotism. The feeling of patriotism. Okay, feeling of nationalism and patriotism. Means to do something for our country, to sacrifice. Some of them have martyred, they sacrificed, they gave life for the freedom in the freedom movements. So it shows the patriotism towards our country, and that's why India has followed the principle of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is family. Okay, the whole world is family. Means Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Welcome, Bhale Padarya. That board is seen in front of the every houses of India. Okay, that's why the whole world is our family. We invite, we help, support each and everyone. That's why this kind of diversity is seen. Yet this is our biggest strength. Next question: why does our country became a country of diversity? Why? And I have just discussed that. You have seen the diversities in religion, mentality, ideology, custom, ritual, houses, culture, habit, okay, languages, dialects. So this is our unity. Okay, residences, beliefs, tradition, and beside this, our country becomes a country with diversity. So due to these geographical factors, okay, topography, climate, vegetation, wildlife, farming, okay, topography, wildlife, farming, this we are going to include in the diversity. That's That's why our country became the country of diversity. Next question. Write a short note about discrimination between girls and boys. Remember, my dear students, what we have discussed, okay, in our live classes, and I have also discussed about the discrimination about the boys and the girls. In which area they are discriminated, and especially the girls. Okay, so there are biological difference between females and males. First topic, biological difference. Biological difference. First topic is, okay, male and female in and that's why there is a discrimination in upbringing. Okay, upbringing of boy and a girl. Lots of different society present in our country, in our nation. They are not supporting the girls. They are not give education to the girls. Okay, so in many families today, women do household chores. Women do household chores. Means only they have to remain in between the four walls. So that is the concept that is still going on, still prevalent in many states, in many society of our country. So that's why in the family, women don't have authority to take decisions. Take decisions. In the male dominant society, the male person is the protagonist. In the male dominant society, only male and the elders can take the decision regarding their family. So women does not have any right to take decisions about their family, about their children. Next one is, the daughters are deprived of education, healthcare and economic rights. Economic rights, their health and education. Just observe in these three areas, but they doesn't have the economic rights, health, education. So they girls always deprived from these three essential part. So girls are discriminated in clothes, opportunities for study, in moving freely in the professional work. So due to low literacy rate among girls, they have become the victims of child marriage. Child marriage. They are victims of the child marriage. Why? Because of the low literacy ratio. Because of the low literacy ratio. So since birth of son is given more preference, the birth of son is given more preference. Okay, girls are rejected, discriminated, abusing, okay, seduced from the male families, male dominant society. The less number of females in different fields shows the discrimination between males and females. That's why this is a basic difference. And the last question is, India is a secular country. Explain. How we are going to explain? What does it mean secular? First of all. Okay. So that we are going to discuss now. India is a secular country. Explain. The Constitution of India has given the fundamental rights of religious freedom to all citizens. Religious freedom. Fundamental right. Fundamental right is given to the all citizens. All citizens of India. So the right has given equal rights to all citizens without discrimination of religion, without discrimination in religion, that's why the government of India is not responsible to buy any sect or religion. The country treats all religion equal. They have to treat equally. Equality will be there. So in India, every citizen is free to follow his or her own religion. Okay? In every citizen, according to the Indian Constitution. Okay? Everybody is free to follow their own religion. Free to follow their own religion. Okay? Nobody can compel you to follow only this religion. Everybody is free to accept. Everybody is free to follow according to the right of religious freedom that has been given by the Indian Constitution to the every citizen of India. So, the Constitution of India has adopted the principle of equal vision. The principle of equal vision. So, Government of India and Indian Constitution has adopted the principle of equal vision, means the equal attitude for all religion. Equal attitude means they have to treat all people, all religious people equally. Not anyone is high, not anyone is low. Everybody is equal in the term, in the eyes of the Indian Constitution and in the eye of the Indian government. So that is why secular. India is a secular country, not a. Okay, secular means you have right to follow your own religion. Okay, anytime. Nobody can compel you. Nobody can force you to obey, to follow some kind of religion. So that's why India is a secular country. So now, dear students, we have completed all from chapter number 2, 4, 9 and 14. We have completed. Okay. So dear students, still if you don't know anything, still if you have any doubts, any queries regarding to this question and answer about the topics that you don't get the concept, so I will explain. I will give you the topic. Okay. So if you have any doubts, just call me or message me. So I will try my best to solve your queries. Okay. Looking forward to see you on the live classes. Please stay tuned live on our live classes. Please attend my dear students. It is very compulsory. Okay. So you have to please keep this mind in for your upcoming examination. Have a nice day. God bless you.